Testing. Hi. Hi. Hello. Okay. Cool. I see one person. That's fine. That's kind of what I was hoping to shadow drop this and just see if anyone anyone sees. Hi. Can you hear me? Is this working? I just want to test real quick. That'd be pretty cool. God, it has been a while since I've done anything here. Ooh. Okay. Oh God. Okay. I have this loaded up, and I'm just I'm trying to see really quick. Hi. Okay. Wow. A lot of people are popping up now. Hi, Imperial Rider. Hi, Companion Cube, and shut up about Among Us stream. So, God, it has been a long while since I've streamed anything here. Or done anything, really. Um, uh, I've been working a bit on Hololive Relics stuff. Mostly just, I suppose, getting ready for the next update finally after all this time. No, shut up. Just don't say no. Shut up. I figured tonight I'd show off some of the stuff to be looking forward to, considering it's almost ready for the next update. I will be hopefully dropping it soon. I just need to finalize a few more things, and then also make a new structure. This is a bit difficult, I forgot, because of how much delay there is between my end and what you guys see. But at the same time, I don't know if you guys are going to be saying anything during this time, but I'm going to go on kind of like a little heads up. So I know it's been a while since you've seen anything new from this mod, mainly because I just haven't had any motivation to work on it recently. And I finally built it back up, but it's not enough to do a full update like I was hoping. So at the moment, my current plan is essentially 2 or 3 smaller rework updates. The first one I'll be releasing, the 7.0.0, will be a relic rework update. It's mostly balancing out relics, getting new iterations on ones that really weren't working, and then I will be adding one new relic. But I'm not actually planning. It's not going to be an update in the traditional sense. It's something I realized I kind of needed to do, and I knew it would take me forever to put a new update out if I tried to stick in the normal 5 new relics. So in the meantime, I'm essentially doing this. The other big thing I want to say really quick is I know for a while I've been talking about like some sort of video to kind of explain all the relics, because I know people have been wanting that, considering there's nothing that really says what all the relics do, and it can be hard to infer that. I finally realized that I can't do a video. I'm not that good at that, and it's just not my sort of thing to do a full video explaining everything. So I've come up with a new solution. Instead, I am working on a wiki, actually, a full wiki. I've been working on a GitHub wiki for a bit, and Yeah. First message. So that's fine. We clean up. Yeah, reworks are needed. Technical debt is a real thing, and all the coffin. But yeah, but yeah, I am working on an official wiki that will fully explain what every single relic does, where you obtain them, all that information in a complete written form. So it's really easy to kind of sort through and find. This wiki will actually be dropping with the 7.0.0 update. And you'll finally be able to hear. Yeah, it will be specifically. It'll be a GitHub wiki. It's not going to be any of the wiki stuff that are like filled with ads and stuff. So it's not the cleanest because it's a GitHub wiki, but at the same time, it's nice. Yeah, hey, welcome, guys. I see a lot of people pouring in. I have smart people unexpected. So yeah, there will be finally a full wiki, and you'll be able to know what everything will do finally. But at the same time, I kind of want to pull up the stream and kind of just show you everything that's changing in this update. GitHub 7.0, the wiki update. Basically, 7.0.0 is a huge quality of life update. It's changing a lot of relics. It's making a lot of things, fixing a lot of things, and it's finally adding the wiki so people can actually. Yeah, GitHub wiki is fine too. It's free for everyone. No ads spammed on it, and it's the easiest for me to edit. So people will finally have that. It's a. Yeah, I might share it. I might shadow drop it in the chat, actually, a bit early, if you guys want to see it here. Currently, the full wiki isn't finished. The main thing is I've sorted relics into categories, what it is. So there's a category for weapon relics, and it's a list of all the weapon relics and what they do. There's armor relics. There's one called combat support relics. Those are relics that you use to help fight mobs, but aren't direct weapons, if you know what I mean. There'll be another one for movement relics, and then mob relics, I believe. I'm trying to remember my own list. And then the final one is just there's a category for removed relics, which I think I should definitely go over now. There's going to be some big changes in the next update, and I want to go over this right now while you all are here. The first thing is I am removing all of the holiday relics. They're in a weird spot. A good few amount of them need some extra work to get to work again after things broke in the jump to 1.18. And the problem is that I don't really like them anymore. And I don't know if this appeared to you guys, but they've always been rushed for me. I kind of rushed them in each update that holiday relics have been in. And to that, they just don't feel right to me because of that. And in the same sort of scenario, I guess, it's also just extra work to have to add in new ones whenever we get to holidays. So I'm, at the moment, going to be cutting holiday relics entirely. And instead, my plan is to maybe around like holidays release updates that just like make it so you get like free gifts or stuff by playing. That's a mini nice thing. But at the moment, yeah, all of the holiday relics, they're still here. I haven't actually taken them out yet, but they're going to be taken out. And the one other big thing I'm going to go over really quick, and I'm going to need to explain this because you're not going to probably get it. Oh, I meant to ask this as well since you mentioned it. So the mod is 1.18 now. Yes. So the mod is officially 1.18 now. I will not be jumping between the versions, mostly because it's harder that way. Because I have to use different models for things, for entities, and I don't know. It's the same for I have to use a different model type when doing models for entities, and that's just it's hard to have to keep up between the two versions. So going forward, this will only be a 1.18 mod. I don't plan on I don't plan on doing any other versions at this moment. It'll just be 1.18 for a bit. I have no plans at the moment to jump to 1.19 because I feel like the larger majority of mods are on 1.18, and that is, I don't know. It's just it's the version I prefer at the moment. So I'm only going to be working with 1.18 because I prefer 1.18 at the moment, and I like using my mod. So jumping to 1.19 would make it so I can't use it in the 1.18 stuff. But moving on for that, the thing I've been talking about, I need to explain this, but bit unfortunate but completely understandable. Yeah. Roboco is being removed from the mod. And to explain that, she was broken in the jump to 1.18. A lot of her systems are broken, and one of the main things that was troubling me about updating the mod, one of the things that was keeping me from updating it, was just the realization that I'd have to put a lot of work into fixing Roboco, which I wasn't looking forward to, as well as reworking her. She needed some reworks, and that just, I didn't really like that. It was kind of ruining any motivation I had to work on the mod for a bit, because I just didn't want to get to that. It didn't sound fun whatsoever. And so I sat back and looked at Roboco. I don't know if you guys know how much she does, because there hasn't been a wiki, it hasn't been fully explained, but she does so many things. She can scan for minecarts, she can scan for stronger mobs, she marks mobs that attack you, she can locate relics. Like, she does all this crazy she was the most complicated relic to work on. And the thing is, I sat back, I looked at the stuff I was planning for a rework, I was looking at what she does, I sat back, I thought, honestly, this is so much work, she could be her own mod, and it's like, that doesn't feel like it quite fits. And so I sat back and I thought for a moment, I'm like, why don't I just do that? Why don't I just make Roboco her own mod? And so with that, I have decided that I have removed Roboco from the main Relics mod, and instead, at some point in the future, she will become her own standalone mod, with a lot more features and stuff. That is sort of my solution, but that means she's not going to be in the base mod for a bit, because I just don't have it in me to work on Roboco for a bit. I need to ease myself into this, and Roboco is like the final boss of making this mod. So yeah. That is my deal with Roboco at this moment. I'm gonna wait a quick moment just to see if anyone has anything to say about that. But yeah, Roboco, as you could probably tell, she's just not in here. Normally she'd be around here. I've already gone through and removed her. She'll be back eventually, but just not now. My mental state needed that. Unfortunately. Oof, I did not even get this, but I can understand. Given the circumstances, it is the right call. Make sure to state this loud enough that she is coming back. She is. Yes, I will be. Especially on the wiki, on the removed relics section, that will be stated. But I think now is the time to move on to what you guys are really here for. And that's the new relic stuff. I've had multiple relics reworked in some way, and I've had 2 relics that have been fully replaced. Their old versions are going to be removed, maybe still left in the files. I'm not quite sure if I'm actually going to remove them, but what you'll actually be able to obtain with these 2 relics is swapped for something else. And I'll go through the sort of changes. I also have a lot of balance changes, but yeah, I'm gonna start pulling these out, the first primary ones. I'll start with the minor changes first. I miss Katana, Chris, plugin has been changed a little bit. Yeah, I'll take that one. Noel's shield, yeah, that's been changed a little bit. Cars are the same. I'm trying to think of ones that have just been changed a slight bit. I think that's it for the slight changes. All right. So to start, not much has changed about Ayami's Katana. If you didn't know, Ayami's Katana has a secondary ability that, of course, you have the this. You can leap with it by right-clicking to leap forward. But the thing is that it actually has a secondary ability where you can slash past enemies like that and deal damage and bleed. Make them bleed for a few seconds. In previous versions of the mod, how the slash would work is you would actually be able to damage mobs throughout the duration of your slash. So like for maybe like a second or two as you're moving, as long as you haven't hit the ground again. And both the damage and the bleed time actually scaled with how fast you were moving. Because of a few errors, I have standardized this and made it only at the start. This is a really unknown thing, so I expect this isn't going to bother really anyone. But essentially, just at the beginning of your slash, you'll be able to slash mobs in the area. And it now does a standard amount of damage, and the bleed is now just at a set time. It no longer scales. I feel like a lot of people didn't even know this happens when you use it. But to make up for it, yeah, as you can see, I finally killed it there. To make up for that, I've actually increased the range of the slash. It now slashes a little bit wider than it did before. But yeah, that's your slight Ayami's Katana change. Give me a moment, actually, real quick. I want to see. I have my balance changes written down. And I want to just make sure that's the only thing. Relics wiki. The wiki. Let's see. Weapon relic. All right. Yeah. That was the only thing changed for that. Luckily. Chris. I don't know how much you guys know about Chris's. Again, I don't know how much you guys know, considering there's never been a wiki or anything before. But for quick reference, oops, screenshot. Let me just deal some damage. Okay, that's fine. So how Chris works, if you didn't know, Chris is Anya's blade form, her dagger form. And what it is, Chris only has 31 durability, but the gimmick is you throw Chris. That's a phantom thing. It disappears, kind of. But what happens is Chris turns back into Anya when thrown out or when it breaks. And what happens is the durability will regen over time, as you saw there. Like, boom, back up. The durability of the dagger will slowly regen over time. And what that means is it's technically a never-ending weapon, although it only has 31 durability. It has a special curse on it called Curse of Frailty that just makes it so it can't have unbreaking or mending, because that kind of breaks the whole balance of the weapon. So I've made it so it has that curse by default, and they can't get those two enchantments. The only thing that's changed in this update is you have to be close before Anya turns back into Chris. Before Anya, when Chris was fully the durability was fully repaired, Anya would just pop back into blade form. Now she nope. someone says smiley face and deleted it. Now she'll only pop back into item form when you when you get close enough. Plug-in type Asakoko, I'm not going to actually show it. I'm just going to say, so the Asakoko Rush ability duration has been decreased by 2 seconds from 20 to 18 seconds, but it costed 45 durability of the plugin before. Now it only costs 28. And then the Asakoko Rush, you used to get 2 seconds of Asakoko Rush on hit if you took damage while wearing it. You now get 2.5. I'm so glad I'm watching this stream because I thought I make a ton of skill for chip higher only. Yeah, no. Yeah, it has some extra stuff. Yeah, hi, Master Lily. So the thing is, I don't know if you were here at the start of this, but I actually am making a wiki for the mod that actually explains stuff like that. So that people can actually read what everything does. Because I know I haven't, nothing's ever been explained before, and so people don't know it. But I finally made a wiki for the mod. It's going to be released with the 7.0.0 update, finally. And you'll actually be able to read what things do, because I haven't been doing that very well in the past. I haven't actually had a way for people to find out what these things do. And so I'm finally making that visible. Noelle's shield. I'll move on really quick. Noelle's shield. Her thing is when right-clicking it, it gives an invincibility effect to tamed mobs. What it does, they still take the visual damage and knockback, but any damage they actually take is set to 0. So they don't actually lose any health just by taking knockback and stuff. And then in the offhand, it'll give any nearby tamed mobs resistance 1. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Master. 100K sub YouTube here. 100K sub YouTuber here. That's kind of wild. Campaign. I don't know if it's too much asked, but now the mod is 1 to 18, would be great to add support for better combat by dealing specifically with weapon types, so the katana actually slashes like one. I don't know how well I could implement that. I don't actually know how well I can implement that, but I just bumped my mic. I will definitely look into that. But yeah, yeah, there will be a wiki soon to actually explain this stuff. All right. So yes, that's that. Those are the lighter changes for this for this update. 200 subs are actually. No. I was talking about when I said 100. I was talking about Master Jolie. Master Jolie is a 100,000 sub YouTuber here. I was not expecting that. I was kind of caught off guard for that. Yeah, I'm still kind of surprised. I'm at 200 subs. I don't quite know how I got here, but I am glad people are enjoying the mod. I'm kind of grateful to be just to have 200 people here. Subwise. But yes, I'll sit around for a moment if anyone has any questions, but at the same time, I'm going to start pulling out the new stuff. The really reworked stuff. Trying to think. What else did I change? I'm forgetting my own mod. Okay, that one. That's new. And that's new. Okay. And I'll save those for last. So, 2 relic reworks and 2 new relics replacing old relics. This stuff's fun. I think I've come up with some fun new stuff. I forgot Omega's katana as well. Got changed. Yes, all 5 of these got changed. I'll go back to creeper because I like beating up creepers for stuff. I think I'll start with Suisei's axe because this has been a long needed rework. The old way Suisei's axe used to work is every time you attacked a mob, an internal counter would go up, and after every certain amount of hits, it would go up an attack damage. Meaning this axe would do more and more damage as you kept hitting things. The only gimmick is it would reset if you weren't holding the axe for long enough. But it could go up to like 20 damage. It could like one-shot zombies and stuff at some point. But the problem was it took way too long to get up to that point, and it was a bit buggy. So I've reworked it to be a more supportive relic. Really good for taking out fast mobs now. Because what it does is it gives a brand new potion effect when you hit a target called crippled. It cripples the mob for a few seconds. And what happens is this new effect doesn't do anything on its own, but it makes it so whenever you hit a mob with the effect, they get slowness and weakness for 2.5 seconds. Meaning if you use it on something like an Enderman or a baby zombie, anytime you attack them, they'll be really open to follow-up attacks. I think the best way to show this is if I take like a cow that will run if you hit it. If I punch it and then hit, you see it's slowed. So it's of course the main thing would be following up with subsequent hits. It refreshes the potion effect every time you do that with that. But now it's really good for its assassinating fast mobs. It helps sort of clean them up when they're chasing you. I think it's slowness 2. I can't even remember my own stuff. I'm kind of out of it. But we must move on. So the next effect is one that I find really fun. So the thing is that Toa's Pitchfork has gone through 2 reworks, actually. When it was first added, it set targets on fire for 13 seconds when you hit them. And, of course, had 13 uses and could be recharged while in the nether. The recharging the nether thing has always stayed, although recently it was made so it can also recharge in, like, the desert in the overworld, hot overworld biomes. But it was reworked a bit ago to instead make it so targets hit would get an effect called Devil Fire for 13 seconds, meaning which targets hit by it would take 60% more damage. It was a bit broken, and now that I look back on the calculation was actually ignoring armor, which was not good. It was even more potent than I originally thought. And so I sat back and I thought, I think it's a bit too strong, and I'd rather not tone it down because it's... So I instead have made it into a brand new effect. Hitting targets gives them a new potion effect called Devil Link. They don't have particles for it at the moment. But what Devil Link does... Were they not close enough? Please tell me they weren't close enough. Okay. There we go. When you hit a target with Devil Link, any other targets with the Devil Link effect take that same amount of damage. It puts that damage onto the targets. So they split it. Well, no, they don't split it. They both take the exact same damage. So it basically allows you to assassinate pairs, even groups of mobs at once, as long as the 13-second effect is still on. You can link up mobs, and then damaging one will damage the others, as long as they're close enough. That's the only thing. They have to be close enough. But it leads to a really fun thing where you like if you have a group of mobs on you, quickly hit them all. Of course, there's a cooldown in between firing to kind of balance it, and then you go up. You can take out groups like that, which is definitely a no. It does not still ignore armor. It'll be even if one of them was armored and the other wasn't. The armored one is going to take less damage, of course. Yeah, Devil Link does not ignore armor like Devil Fire did. It is not it's not that crazy. It's a nice fun effect. Oh, wait a moment. Let's see if you have anything to say. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to move on really quick to Omega's Katana. Omega's Katana got a bit of a change. I used to do 10 attack damage, and it was like I think it was 1.6 attack speed. I think it was normal attack speed. I have changed that a lot. Now it does 11.5 attack damage, but only has 0.7 attack speed. It is slow. It is a powerhouse now. And, previously, it had a right-click ability where you'd right-click and you'd float up to into the air. Companion TBH, it's kind of a bummer because unlike solo Hellfire, this one needs second mob and only the target state. Yes, the target ignore armor ignore does kind of make things, but the thing you have to realize about this is the other target is taking 100% of the damage. It is taking damage equal to the mob that is being attacked, meaning it doesn't really need the armor because what it does is it means you're gonna be assassinating them at the same time. Ignoring armor would just be overkill at that point because, well, yeah, it would be a bit overkill. The fact that you can damage a mob indirectly without even hitting it, you could just hit the spear on it and then just hit another mob, that's already really strong. Of course, it's not good for solo mobs anymore. That's what the previous one was for. This one is good for groups, specifically targeting mobs that are harder to hit. My favorite example is, let's say you have a zombie and a skeleton coming for you. The skeleton's flanking, it's being annoying, it's right outside your reach, and you don't want to chase it because the zombie would be easier to chase. What you can now do is you can throw the trident at the skeleton, link it with the zombie nearby, and then take out the zombie. And because the zombie and the skeleton have the same amount of health, you'll take out the skeleton at the same time as you take out the much easier to target zombie. Yeah. Omega Sword is, yeah. So its previous ability, you'd right-click it, you'd float up into the air for a few seconds, and then at the top, you'd freeze in place and be able to look around and highlight mobs. After a few seconds, you drop to the ground, and the highlighted mobs would be shot up into the air, struck with lightning, and then catapulted back down. It was very strong, and even for like an end game tier weapon, it was really overpowered. And I sat back for a moment. I thought, yeah, that's really strong. And so I kind of sat back for a moment and I looked at this thing. This thing is a powerhouse for taking out mobs at the current moment. And so I thought, what if it was just really good at clearing out waves? Companion Pewd, I've actually been thinking about how it can be used in boss fights as a phase where you have to damage boss indirectly. I actually don't know if the effect works on bosses. I haven't actually tried. I haven't tried the Devil Link on bosses yet. I don't know. The range isn't going to be enough to damage most bosses, I will say. Like the Wither, you're probably not going to be damaged. I don't think it has the range. Actually, there's a good chance I'm going to be buffing the range because it feels a little too weak for only having 13 shots before needing to recharge it. But yeah, I should try that out. But I'm really quickly going to go back to Omega's Katana. It has a new passive ability. Killing a mob now does, at the current moment, damage to nearby mobs equal to 40% of the killed mob's max health. Meaning, it can help snowball. Like, as you can see now, this creeper, one shot. The other creeper, I couldn't one shot. But because I killed the other creeper, and it did its max health damage to the nearby mob, I then kill the other mob in one shot now. Oh, I'm seeing companion cube. Oh, I will test it. Don't worry. There's a lot of mod bosses. Okay. And then, oh, Master Lee, I really like that you put effort into each this relic and mod, making me even better, because this is my first time seeing people really put a whole effort into a Hololive mod. Yeah, there aren't really many Hololive mods, and just, I don't know, my passion. I just really wanted to make a fun mod that has a lot of fun stuff to do with the Hololive characters, specifically with like their lore stuff and what fun weapons you can make with it. And so that's how you have stuff like this. This stuff I've been trying to put work into. But yes, how Omega's Katana works is anytime you kill a mob, nearby mobs take damage equal to 40% of that killed mob's health. Meaning you can sort of snowball. If you have a group of mobs, you could easily snowball into be able to one-tap everything, which is really nice. My favorite example of this is summoning an Iron Golem, and to really show you the max health thing. I don't know. I don't think this is okay. I'm going to put down a cow, and watch what happens when I kill this thing. Oh. As you can see, the cow actually died to that, even though it was 40% of the max health. Because it was an Iron Golem's like 100 health. That was like 40 damage it took. So it scales with mob health, meaning like something like an Enderman is going to do a lot of damage to nearby mobs. If you kill a chicken, not so much. But it does, it is really good for taking out dense clustered waves. Random soldier. How would it work for mob / boss with high health? Like, for example, what if 40% of that boss is greater than the mobs around them? It just kills them. it kills them. If it's greater than their health and they don't have enough armor to resist that 40% of their health, they will die. I will tell you right now, I'm sure people will ask about this. There are certain mobs that are excluded from this 40% split. Players are excluded, of course. The user is definitely excluded because of that. Tamed mobs are excluded. You're not going to be able to hurt your own pets or companions with that. And things like villagers are also going to be excluded. I'm going to try and exclude villagers from a lot of things because there's no point in accidentally hurting a villager because like an effect spread or something that was out of your control. Yeah, you can if the target enemy had a shit ton of health and you killed it, it will kill weaker mobs nearby that had less health than 40% of that mob's max health. Honestly, you kind of deserve to kill nearby mobs if they had less than 40% of that target's max health. Companion cube. I just thought the katana's ability can be replaced with soul exploding and sending damage wave. Destroying their soul bigger than that katana's ability can be explained with soul exploding and sending damage wave, destroying their soul bigger than wave. Yeah. One of the things, I'm not done with like effects and sounds with abilities in this update. I'll tell you that much. I'm still not quite done. But yeah. Okay. I will move on though, because we have 2 new relics. 2 relics are being replaced in this update. Those relics are the Chaos Dome and the Stellar Signal. So Bale's and Sauna's relics are getting replaced with new relics. That changed their effect. I'm going to start with Bales's because it's more interesting. I don't know if I'm not going to spend the dome because it's broken. It spins really fast and it hurts my eyes. It broke in the 1-18 jump and spins way too fast and it hurts my eyes now. But what the dome did is when it landed, any mobs within its radius were given an effect called Chaos. What Chaos does is any mobs with a Chaos effect, Command Cube, yeah, it would be dope to have effects, but no sweat it. It's already so great. Thank you. That's really nice to hear. I will be putting an extra effort in for some new effects and stuff. I will tell you that much. But the Chaos Dome, what happens is any mobs with the chaos effect spread 33% of the damage they take to nearby mobs. Every time you hit a mob, 33% of the damage they take is spread to other nearby mobs that also have the chaos effect. It meant you would essentially be able to clear out mobs underneath the dome. The thing is, it was kind of situational, and it costs a lot because of how powerful the dome was. So I've changed it to this called the Chaos Pulsar. I'm thinking about putting a new model in soon, so it actually holds like a crossbow. I've just put it as a normal item, as you can see at the moment. It's still kind of early in its addition. But Chaos Pulsar actually, funnily enough, gives is a single fire projectile that gives the chaos effect to any targets it hits. So basically the same thing as the other one. The difference is the chaos effect now functions differently. Rather than just spreading 33% of the damage it takes, the chaos effect now also spreads to nearby mobs that don't have the effect. And then, if the other targets already had the chaos effect, it then does its 33% damage and extends the duration of the other target's chaos effect by a few seconds. Meaning now, what your goal is with this Chaos Pulsar is you hit a target, you get the first hit to spread the effect, and now every single follow-up hit spreads the effect to other nearby targets. Because of this, it relies on 1, a quick skill shot, and 2, it relies on you to follow up in a group of mobs. Meaning, I've actually been, because, and I don't know if you know this, but specifically the Council Relics, EN Gen 2 Council Relics, are the only relics where you actually buy them with XP. I don't know if you, like I said, I haven't explained a lot of things, so I don't know if you know how Council Relics are obtained, but you find these pillar structures in the world. You right-click them and you pull out a Council Runestone. And what happens is you choose one of the 5 categories. You set Chaos, Runestone, use it, get near Lit TNT to activate it. So it'll give you some sort of a challenge to do really quick. It'll give you some sort of challenge. Once you complete the challenge, it'll turn into one of these 5 ones, depending on the challenge you chose. And then you slot it back into the pillar. And what happens is the Council Relics are the only ones that you trade XP to get rather than finding. They're renewable. This is 14 is outdated. Don't mind that. I think it's outdated at least. Let me read the comments real quick. That's pretty clever. Thank you, Brandon Soldier. What if you use a Mega Sword with the Chaos effect? Will the damage loop the moment the main target dies? I think no, the damage won't loop because they would be taking multiple damage instances in the same tick, and they just can't. That doesn't happen in Minecraft. So one of them would take priority. I just don't know which that would be. Compute, that's cool, but I feel it needs cooldown. The Pulsar? Are you talking about the Pulsar needs cooldown? Yeah, the Pulsar, of course, has a cooldown. But the other thing is also has limited ammo. I don't know what I said its use amount to. It only has a certain amount of uses. So, of course, you can't spin. Let me see if I can figure that out. Oh, I think it only has 4 uses, if I remember. 5 uses. You can use it 5 times, and then you need to get it again. I think this 14 is inaccurate. I think this is the old price for the dome. I think I haven't changed it. But yes, the Pulsar has that, I think, 5-second cooldown. That's what that was. And also only has 5 uses. So it's meant you buy it at a sort of cheap price. And yeah. Yeah. Another thing, Crony's Dagger has been reduced to 5 XP levels. Because previously, Crony's Time Dagger, let me show you. I don't know if you guys, oh yeah, I have some of these weird things, these broken things for my text formatting. I need to fix some of these. They broke in the 1:18 jump. But Crony's Dagger, how it works is you throw it down, and it freezes mobs in place. As you can see, you can't attack them in survival mode. You can in creative because of how invulnerability works. But your main job is you throw it down, and you can run away from mobs that are causing you issues. Before it used to have 10 uses. I've lowered it down to 2, which is a lot less. But now it only costs 5 XP levels. So it's a lot cheaper for you to get and means you can choose when you want to use it. You don't have to spend a lot more XP levels. Also, there's a mod called Better Hurt Time that removes the limitation. Oh, interesting. Well, then if you get Better Hurt Time, they won't. You'll be able to stack it. I'll just say that. And so, oh, one more thing. I'm not done implementing this, but a huge change. I don't know if anyone's used council stuff before. But how these XP levels used to work is they would directly take that much XP levels from you. In this case, 5 XP levels. It would, if you had 36 XP levels, you'd be left with 31 at the end of it. I am changing the XP requirement in this update. So instead of taking direct levels from you, it takes XP equal to that amount of levels. Meaning, it's a standardized amount that you're no longer punished for being at high levels. Before, if you were at like level 36, it would take 5 levels for you, and you know it hurts going from level 36 to 31. Now, well, if you're at level 36, you might not even lose a level buying it. Which now that I think about it, I might need to up it a bit more now that it takes direct XP. But, but essentially now it's no longer as punishing if you're at high levels. It's no longer like I need to buy this at a lower level, otherwise I'm just wasting my high level XP. It's actually a lot more forgiving in that regard. Yeah. So the XP level it says here, it's actually going to be taking less than that. It's never going to be taking as much as it says here. Yeah. Okay, and then our second relic. Sauna's satellite caller, satellite signal. This one, you could choose from 3 things. You'd throw a projectile, and after a moment, it would call something down. I've changed that because I didn't really like it, and so now we have Pocket Supernova. This one is, I'm just gonna show you. Welcome to the Pocket Supernova. It is a brand new single-use item. You only get 1 use of it per charge. It is an ultimate area of denial weapon. You plop it down, and it starts dealing constant damage to mobs in a radius that increases as it goes on. The damage starts at 1 heart and can go up to 2 hearts near the end of its max radius. Near the end of its max radius. And finally, it will do a huge explosion at the end. It gives anything in its radius 10 seconds to get out of the way. You have 10 seconds to get out of the way. May I let you know, the player is not immune to its damage. Neither is any mob. Basically, nothing is immune to this damage, so you have to be careful with this thing. But when you right-click it, it'll instantly seek up to 15 blocks away. It's not a projectile. It's an insta-seek up to a max distance of 15. Yep. Oh god, it killed that creeper. Yep, you pull it out, you use it, and it just becomes an instant area of denial thing. What happens is you kind of just plop it down and cause chaos. And another thing I should add, it gives slowness and weakness increasing in level as it gets stronger to anything in its radius. So if you catch any slower mobs like zombies in its radius early on enough, if they don't have enough time to get out, there's a good chance they'll get caught in it because of the slowness. Yeah, the insta seek is because it instantly starts dealing damage when it's plopped down. The insta seek makes it so you can actually plop it a bit away and get out of the way. Because if I show you, you see I have slowness and weakness in this radius. Instantly does damage. I didn't want to. You'll probably notice it could have probably. What was I say? So practically a pocket nuke. Yep. Also vacuum in the back. Okay. I don't know what that sound was. I have no clue. But so the only caveat to it is it will even destroy items. So if you're thinking about using it to collect loot, you're not gonna get that. It is clearly a panic button or just a get out of my way button. You're not going to get drops if you use this thing unless the final explosion kills things. If the final explosion kills things, yeah, you'll get the drops. But if there were any drops in its radius as it's burning through things, yeah, the drops aren't going to survive. That's the one thing kind of meant to balance it. You can't use it to farm things. You also probably noticed that they don't get set on fire like you might expect. But that's because... the fire damage ticks might interfere with this thing's damage ticks. So I figured just the constant damage would make more sense. But yeah, this is Sana's new relic. Pocket Supernova in all of its glory. Throw this into a group of mobs and oh boy, are they going to have a bad time. On. And another thing with it, the old stellar signal, actually, the meteorites are called down, could destroy blocks. I purposely made this one not be able to destroy blocks because of it. One, its explosion test size, and two, I don't really like that. Moss, imagine fighting Warden. You bring this with you. Honestly, yeah. I don't know how much damage you would do to the Warden. But that would be an interesting thing to see. Oh. One thing I just thought of an insane strategy for the Warden. Essentially, you want to hide behind like make sure the Warden can't I don't know how the Warden aggro's on you. I don't know if it will immediately start going for you if you attack it. But essentially the idea is make an Iron Golem, have the Warden, and then Devil's Link both the Iron Golem and the Warden. And if the Warden attacks the Iron Golem, it will take the damage it does to the Iron Golem back to itself. With the Devil's Link on Toa's pitchfork. Actually, you don't even need the pitchfork. If you have your Iron Golem and you hit it with the, of course this won't be as efficient. But if you have the Iron Golem and you take the Chaos Pulsar, hit the Iron Golem with the Chaos Pulsar, the first hit the Warden does to the Iron Golem will give the Warden Chaos if it can get potion effects, and then from that point on, any damage it does to the Iron Golem, it will take a third of that damage. I specifically meant if you attack the Warden, because to use the pitchfork, you have to hit the Warden with it, and I don't know if it will aggro on attack. 500 accuracy strat dice. That's evil, but so cool. Yeah, there's some fun stuff with these new relics. But that's... Oh, I forgot about Hachima's head. Hachima's head has had a complete new change. Its previous ability blows my mind, LMAO. Yeah, there's some wacky stuff you can do with this new things. But I really quickly want to show Hachima's head. The previous thing Hachima's head did is you'd right-click it, it'd freeze nearby mobs in place, and after a few seconds, it would drain a certain amount of their max health up to like a few health. Like there was a limit on it, and it would restore it to you. And of course, the ability would cost some hunger. I didn't like it. The healing was a bit overpowered, and it didn't really feel like Hachima. So I've changed it to a new ability. It doesn't have any sound effects or anything yet, which it definitely needs. But essentially, when you right-click Hachima's head, anything in the radius gets slowness and poison for a few seconds. So if there's a group of mobs nearby, you essentially can give them... You can debilitate them for a few seconds. With it being a common overworld relic, I wanted to kind of put its balance more in mind compared to what it used to be. So, yeah, that is what Hachima's head does now. Really turns into her horror theme. And just one look at her does that to them. Oh, God. So yeah, that is our that's Hachima's new thing. I guess I'll pull this out because this is next. The new relic is next. I'm going to finally show it. You guys are going to see it right here and now, the new relic. It's technically 3 items. This is the first relic to technically be 3 items. One thing I will say, I'm going to put it on, and you're going to notice saying immediately it is a bit broken. I will fix it eventually, don't worry. The appearance of it is broken. But we have Iroha's Sheath, our first JP Gen 6 relic. Iroha's Sheath is a leggings item that does this at the moment. Please don't mind that. Please don't mind that. But the deal with the Iroha's relic is it relies on the keybind, just like the Asakoko Rush. There's a keybind for the leggings relic slot. By default, it's R. That's what you use to get the Asakoko Rush, and here's what you use for Iroha's secret ability, or special ability. What happens is, if you have this base version of the sheath on, and you press R, nothing's going to happen. If you're holding a sword, though, you're going to get slowness, and then after a moment, you're going to see, give it a moment, a meter's going to start popping up. As you can see, it charges very slowly. If I start sprinting, it degrades. If I start jumping, it degrades. But if I start sneaking, it goes up a lot faster. And what you'll see here is when it's fully charged, double cross slash in front of you. So let's say I go up to this group of creepers. And I do this. Use that sheath and charge up a very powerful slash. Oh, it's so fun. This is the new power you're going to have in the next update. I see the streams behind, so I'm just going to wait for a moment for you guys to realize that. I've seen that. That is the fun power in the new relic. Ninja way, yep. Lean into that samurai. Sheathe your sword. Get ready. Nice ninja. The ninja joke. It's a pretty decent range in front of you. It'll slash anything and kill them. I will say, it has a calculation to do the damage. And not everything is going to one-shot, because how the calculation works... the wind-up may be a bit too slow to practically use it, depending on the damage. Its damage could be 50 HP. So how it works is it's meant to be preemptive. It's not something you can just charge up in the middle of a fight. Yeah, so this is not something you're going to use in the middle of a fight, companion. It's what you use to initiate a fight. You start charging up when you're approaching something or when they start coming over towards you. And then once they're close enough, you unleash a quick strike to start out the fight. Depending on the sword, it's either going to one-shot or just do a significant amount of their health for you to then quickly follow up on. Because the thing is, you can almost immediately use your sword after. So mobs that would, even if they somehow survived, you can probably kill them really fast after. Can you swift sprint with it? I think you mean swift sneak. And no, because this is in 1.18. If there's a mod that adds swift sneak, then yeah. I can't really stop that. But this is 1.18, so no. How the calculation works is by default, the slash guaranteed does 16 damage to anything in the radius. Then on top of that, it takes. I see what you mean, but the problem is that mobs knows you for 60 blocks. I need to test this. Yeah. So I'm going to give you an example. My example for this is you see these creepers. I'm going to start charging up. They've already noticed me. I'm going to wait until they get close enough. Okay. I may have just goofed and I may have just outed myself as not knowing what the fuck I'm adding. I may have made a bit of an oopsie and I might need to adjust some things. Of course, the timing can definitely be edited. I think I see what you mean now. The timing can definitely be edited. I might need to edit the timing a bit. But I guess the other thing I should say, the current calculation is it does base. Yeah, could probably need to be lower. Yeah, the current thing is it does 16 base damage, and then it takes 6% of the sword you're using's max durability. So there's actually a durability penalty for using this ability. Yeah, you laugh it off, all you laugh it off. So currently it takes up to 6% of the sword's max durability. It scales with how much of the charge was filled. I'll show here with this. 3 to 4 seconds should be fine. As you can see, it took a chunk of this thing's durability to use this ability. But what happens is that durability it uses gets added to the damage. The damage dealt is 16 plus 6% of the sword's max durability divided by 13, I think, maybe 15. So basically, the damage will scale with the durability of the weapon you're using. I'm gonna. No, it does not respect unbreaking at the moment. It completely ignores unbreaking is how it works. Unbreaking will not be able to stop the damage it does. Is that can apply to any katana or just any normal sword is how it works. It doesn't need to be a katana. There is a give news player. Give me a moment. I want to show you. There's specifically Iroha's katana is actually in here. It doesn't have any uses yet, but it will be combined with the sheath to get this item. I'll go over this one in a moment. This special version of this one. But any sword can be used with this base sheath because it's not Iroha's sword, so it doesn't unlock its full power. Let's just say. But yeah, I will be editing the charge time so it charges faster when sneaking specifically. You'll have to be sneaking, but yeah, it'll charge faster. This is why it's good to stream this stuff, so like you guys can catch my goofs. Although that in mind, at this time we swap it up to the other one. Like I said, of course, this is visually broken. It'll be fixed in the full version, and it'll be on your hip. This is a fun one. How this will work is Iroha's katana. Oh, no. Sorry. Iroha's sheath will be available earlier game. You'll be able to get it pretty early on. You'll be able to use it from there on, trading out extra defensive ability for being able to have that huge offense. This full sheath requires you to have Iroha's katana. And her actual katana will be later game. You won't be able to you'll be getting it much later in the game compared to the sheath. What that means is this is a upgrade. I think the best thing is I just show what it does. So I'm going to creep up on these creepers, and then I'm just going to... That's a generic sound effect I have in a moment, but I don't think you could tell what just happened. So let me put it into more of a context. Let me just charge this up. Give me a moment. Katana in the sheath changes the slash into an omnidirectional slash. It's no longer just in front of you. It's in all directions. I got it suggested by a friend. Basically, the best inspiration I could say is Virgil's Final Cutter from Devil May Cry 5. Without, it's not. Is it called Final Cutter? I mean, I just said the wrong name. Yeah, it's an AOE version of the previous one. Except the thing is, you don't need to be holding a sword. This one, you hold an empty hand to use. No. So what happens is, it doesn't not. Sorry, words are hard right now. It does not have to be fully charged to use the move. For both versions of the thing, the damage it deals will be the percent of the charge. So if you only charge it halfway, it will do 50% of the max damage. You just have to have charged it for enough time. Once that first indicator's on, you can use it. Although at that point, yeah. Mishikari, because that is exactly what the inspiration was. That is the exact inspiration for this upgraded ability. But yeah, that is going to be the new relic in the next update. Other than that, that's about most of the changes. New relics, some updates, and just general quality of life stuff. That has been what I've been working on for a bit. It's been oh, this has been a bit tough, but honestly, I think this has been a fun progress I've been getting. I was like, I was expecting to like start this stream and just kind of sit around and not really anyone would see it, or maybe like one person. I wasn't actually expecting so many of you guys to pop in, so I just want to say thanks. This is really nice to see so many people, especially people enjoying the mod. All the kind words I've heard about it have been really nice. Helps give me the motivation to keep working. I'll be honest, it's been a minute since I played with the mod. Remember please what config, because I'd like to be able to change some values like church 10% for mod pack balance. Hot minute. I have not made any configs yet, but I could definitely try doing that. I think I can do that. What's the config? Yeah. I have not made any config yet, but I think I could definitely do that. Either config or game rules, world game rules. I think I could probably do. Actually, I think some game rules might make more sense, so it can change from world to world, server to server, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm gonna take a moment to just sit here and wait for chat to catch up, see if there's any questions. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna give you guys early access to the wiki. Yeah, sorry. I'm sitting in silence because my stream is so far behind from when you guys see it. Okay. So, like, for my end, I can't see comments for a pretty sizable delay. Okay. I think I'll just sit here because I haven't seen anything for a moment. So I think I'm going to give you guys early access to the wiki, so you can actually start reading up on what certain relics do and just see what the wiki's like. It's not finished. I will tell you that much. It is not finished. There's a lot of relics missing. There's important details missing, but so Minnie, thank you for showing up. I'll drop the link to the wiki for you guys to kind of check out already, and you can start reading up on what some relics do in case you didn't know what some of them do. Still don't see anything, so give me a moment. Let's go here. And it is now linked in the chat. That is the GitHub wiki at its current state. It's just taking some time to check it out after the stream. Look at whatever you want to. Mainly just weapon stuff. I think the armor's already also done. But besides that, that's about the only two categories. But I feel it'd be nice to start reading up on some of the things. Because there are some things you might not even know some of the relics do. So, yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for showing up to this stream. This has been actually really good motivation-wise. Seeing all the people show up on a whim. Okay, so I have a Discord I've technically made, especially a Discord for my content. It's just I haven't been very active there. So I'm hesitant to keep spreading it. Spread the Discord server for my content because I'm not active enough. I'm not active enough there to where I just don't feel like it's good to spread it. I have a Discord account, which I can totally have that. Pictures, yeah. Misspelling. Yes, I put pictures of all the items. Felt like it was nice, so you could just be like, "Oh yeah, I know that item." But yeah, if mod page. You have a Discord thing. So the test with mobs and whatnot. Yeah, I'll probably do something with Discord or add you or something once I release the full update and people can actually test this new stuff. But yeah. Oh, I haven't I haven't even checked the mod page for a bit. What is the 10,000 downloads? Holy shit. The mod's at 10,000 downloads. Wow. that's kind of crazy. I didn't think it would come this far. This is just me trying to make a fun little mod for Hololive, and well, here I am. I don't really know what else to say. I guess is there like final questions you guys have or stuff? That's about it for this stream so far. I don't think I have really anything else to say. Shut off the new stuff, give you a little update. I guess I'll say I don't know when. Oh, I forgot about that test button. I don't know when the update's gonna be dropping. I hope soon, because all I need to do is I need to finish up some last effects, put a little bit of style on the new stuff, and then make a structure. Oh, 2 structures for Iroha's new stuff. But besides that, it's yeah. People playing 1.19 versus me playing 1.16 Hololive Relics. Oh, you're gonna have to jump to 1.18 now because this mod's 1.18 going forward. 1.16 I have moved past, and we are in 1.18 now. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess with that, I'll just say thank you. I know I've said this multiple times, but thank you for showing up to the stream. It's been really nice talking with all. I'm honestly gonna try and like stream more stuff here. If not development, maybe like games and stuff. I kind of want to get back into content creation. Maybe not videos. Well, I kind of want to do videos, but I want to change how I was doing them. I was trying to go with like a hyper energetic style before, and that's just not my style. I kind of want a more mellow thing, so I'm gonna try and look into that. Actually, I gotta finish my damn world first before moving to a new version, so I can restart everything. All right. Well, yeah. Like I said, I think I'm gonna try and start doing more videos and streams here. So I guess if you have any interest in content from me, keep your eyes out for that. Otherwise, I will be doing more Hololive Relic stuff. If you're just here for the mod, don't worry about that. Yeah. Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna swap it to sort of to wait to join this Discord server to join. Yeah, I'm gonna swap it to the end screen really quick, and I'll I don't. I'm hesitant to drop the Discord link, even though it exists, just because I'm like, I'm worried I won't be active enough. I just worry about stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Master Jolie. It's cool to see someone like you here. I really appreciate it. Look at what I missed before joining. All right. You know, I'll just the stream. I mean, yeah, I figured that. Okay, give me a moment. I'll just in case you want to keep up. I'm going to try and be more active soon. I know where to find the link. Give me a moment. Okay. This link. Nope, not that. Give me one. Okay. That should be the Discord link for my Discord server. It's a dual server because with a friend and I, although the Fred's kind of moving, so mostly just me at the moment. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm gonna try and be more active there. I'm gonna do stream stuff. I don't actually know what else to say. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Cool to see someone like you, Masterly. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hopefully I'll be streaming again soon, sometime. Hololive, Relics, or just things in general with videos or streams. I'm gonna have to see how I feel about things. But yeah, thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And goodbye for now.